The Power of Eye Contact. Written and published by Books Reader. Ever wonder why certain people naturally draw attention and earn respect with ease? The secret often lies in their gaze. The Power of Influence, Persuade, Connect audiobook reveals the subtle, powerful language of eye contact, teaching you how to influence, connect, and persuade on a deeper level. By mastering this often overlooked skill, you can elevate your relationships, boost your career, and grow your self-confidence. Ignore it, and you may keep questioning why others always seem to have that elusive advantage in every interaction. Your path to exceptional communication begins here. To continue, I encourage you to download the free package, including the ebook copy of this book and an executive summary of every chapter with the main takeaways. Research demonstrates that learning is greatly improved through multiple formats and retention is greater. Click on the first link in the description to get your free bundle now and optimize your learning potential. Now it's free, but not for long, so be sure to get it while you can. Chapter 1: The Silent Signal. In a word-driven world, there is a language much older and stronger, the language of the eyes. Picture yourself entering a room and immediately commanding attention without saying a word. Imagine yourself communicating volumes of information, feelings, and intentions with a mere glance. This is the incredible strength of eye contact, a silent cue that has governed human interaction since the beginning of our kind. As you begin this journey to become a master of eye contact, you're going to discover a secret level of communication that can revolutionize every part of your life. From enriching your relationships to expanding your professional achievement, the skills you'll acquire in this book will open doors you never thought possible. So why is eye contact so incredibly effective? In order to truly grasp its importance, we must first enter the world of nonverbal communication. Although verbal communication is a recent arrival in human development, our nonverbal communication via gestures, expressions, and eye contact is firmly established in our biology. Before our ancestors were able to express elaborate thoughts using language, they were using these nonverbal signals to signal danger, express feelings, and create social ties. In this complex ballet of nonverbal signals, eye contact takes center stage. It's the most basic and instinctual way of connecting with two people. When you make eye contact with someone, you're not merely looking at them, you're exchanging an intricate amount of information on a conscious as well as subconscious level. Throughout this book, you'll develop a deep understanding of how eye contact can be used to communicate. You will start to see the subtle variations in the way people look at you, the passing glances that express interest or unease, and the fixed stare that expresses confidence and command. This increased sensitivity will be your initial step towards becoming an expert in this silent language. Familiarity with the elementary rules of nonverbal communication is essential in this process. Eye contact is not an independent phenomenon, it's one of a larger range of nonverbal cues that also encompass facial expressions, body language, and even the tone of your voice. As you become more sensitive to them, you'll start noticing picking up messages that previously flew beneath your radar, creating a richer, more detailed picture of each encounter. Most importantly, perhaps, you'll start noticing what you do with your own eye contact. Are you someone who confidently meets others' eyes, or do you avoid eye contact? Do you use eye contact to strengthen your message, or does your gaze drift during conversations? This self-awareness is the first step toward mastering nonverbal communication. As you consistently practice and fine-tune your eye contact skills, you'll begin to notice a powerful shift in how you connect with others. With a single glance, you'll be able to express empathy, project confidence, and show genuine interest, communicating volumes without saying a word. This nonverbal smoothness will prove to be a priceless asset in your everyday and professional life. The rapport and relationships you build will intensify as you master the ability to make good eye contact. You'll forge deeper connections with family and friends as your enhanced eye contact communicates attention, understanding, and emotional connection. At work, you will establish rapport more rapidly with clients and coworkers, building trust and credibility by virtue of your assertive eye contact. As your abilities evolve, you will see your confidence rise dramatically in many social and business situations. The skill of sustaining proper eye contact is one of self-confidence. And as you grow more confident in using the skill, you'll be more at ease in social interactions, handling them with more grace. But what goes into acquiring eye contact and what are the essential steps? The process starts with knowing the principles of eye contact and its effects. You'll learn the science behind how eye contact works, including why it's so effective, how it influences our brain chemistry and how it influences our perceptions of others. You'll then move on to learning how to become aware of using eye contact in your everyday interactions. This entails being aware, consciously, of how you and others use eye contact in situations. You'll begin to recognize patterns and start to appreciate the nuances of eye contact in various situations. Last but not least, you'll start practicing basic techniques to enhance your eye contact skills. These techniques will guide you in achieving suitable eye contact duration, applying your gaze to draw emphasis, and gauging others' comfort levels from their eye contact. Why are these steps necessary? And why are they given in the order that they are? Having a strong foundation is key before progressing to more complex techniques. By understanding the theory and science of eye contact first, you'll have a solid foundation on which to develop your skills. Knowledge comes before change. You must be aware of your present habits before you can successfully modify them. And lastly, a systematic approach to learning and practicing these skills will maximize your retention and the ability to utilize them in real-life contexts. As we go further into the unwritten language of eye contact, it is interesting to ponder its evolutionary history. Nonverbal cues, such as eye contact, were essential in our forebears' survival. The power to rapidly signal danger, coordinate the hunt, or signal submission to prevent confrontation without vocalization was priceless in a world where verbal communication was still evolving. In contemporary human interaction, eye contact remains an essential component. It's frequently the initial area of connection between two people, establishing the tone for the remainder of the interaction that ensues. A warm, engaged gaze can immediately establish a rapport and sense of trust, whereas downcast eyes may convey discomfort or deceit. Being aware of these subtle signals puts you well ahead in social and business interactions. Yet, it's worth emphasizing that the connotation and its proper application of eye contact differ greatly across cultures. In many Western cultures, direct eye contact is commonly interpreted as a sign of confidence, sincerity, and engagement. However, in various Asian cultures, especially in hierarchical settings, prolonged eye contact, particularly with elders or authority figures, may be viewed as disrespectful or confrontational. Likewise, in some Middle Eastern societies, extended eye contact between men and women can be considered inappropriate or intrusive. Understanding and adapting to these cultural differences is essential for effective communication in today's interconnected world. As you read through this book, you will discover how to modify your eye contact behavior in various cultures so that your nonverbal communication is always respectful and proper. The psychology of the gaze is also quite intriguing. Eye contact has been found to have a significant impact on how we see others and how others see us. When a person sustains proper eye contact, we are likely to perceive them as more intelligent, honest, and reliable. But those who shy away from making eye contact can be seen as insecure, deceitful, or uninterested. At the neural level, eye contact initiates a cascade of brain activity. It stimulates the limbic mirror system, an interconnected network of brain areas used in emotional processing and social understanding. This activation can create enhanced empathy and emotional connection between people, which is the reason eye contact is such a strong symbol of connection. As we finish the first chapter, you stand at the entrance to a life-changing process. The ability you'll gain in being proficient in eye contact will have the power to make you communicate more efficiently, form deeper connections, and express confidence in any environment. But don't forget, as with any skill, it takes practice and patience to master eye contact. In the chapters ahead, we'll discuss specific techniques to improve your eye contact skills. Learn the subtleties of applying eye contact in various situations and how to read and react to others' eye signals. You'll discover how to use your eyes to influence, persuade, and connect on a deeper level than ever before. Are you prepared to tap into the maximum potential of your eyes? As we proceed, keep your eyes wide open to the possibilities ahead. The journey to becoming a master of the silent signal has only just started, and the ability to change your communication is already within reach. In the following chapter, we'll explore in greater depth the mechanics of eye contact, laying the groundwork for the advanced methods that will come next. The world of nonverbal communication is about to unfold before your very eyes. Chapter 2: The Power of Eye Contact. Ever stop to consider why a certain individual can mesmerize a room with a single glance and someone else can barely hold the most fleeting of eye contact? The reason is deeper than you may realize. Based on the complex dance of human communication and the unnoticed cues we communicate with our eyes. As we dive into this chapter, we will demystify the dynamics behind the use of eye contact, exploring its mechanics and psychology that mold our everyday interaction. The dynamics of eye contact isn't only learning where to stare, but how to interpret the underlying human language. This information creates the foundation on which all subsequent advanced eye contact skills are erected. Without it, efforts at enhancing your eye contact skills could feel unnatural and contrived. It's a bit like speaking a language without knowing its rules of grammar. You may catch a few phrases, but being fluent will escape you. In addition, being aware of eye contact mechanics boosts confidence. Once you understand why specific eye movements provoke particular responses, you will be more confident in your dealings. That confidence is not only a good feeling. It converts to more productive communication, richer relationships, and better professional success. Let us begin by taking a look at the mechanics of eye contact. Our eyes move around continuously, making a subtle dance of eye movement that expresses loads of information. These movements, frequently undetectable to the untrained observer, can tell us volumes about our intentions, emotions, and thoughts. Perhaps one of the most intriguing things about eye contact is how it differs in intensity and length. A fleeting glance may indicate acknowledgement, whereas a sustained stare may indicate interest or provocation. How intense your stare is, whether soft and inviting or keen and intense, can make a big difference in what you're communicating. Here's where it gets particularly interesting. The effect of eye contact extends much deeper than these surface observations. Psychologically, eye contact is essential in developing trust and emotional connection. By making eye contact with another, we initiate a chain reaction of neurological responses that can have a significant influence on how we view the other. Think about it. Research has indicated that using proper eye contact can greatly enhance others' belief in your honesty and trust. It's as if our brains are wired to connect direct eye contact with honesty and honesty. It's such a powerful connection that even in business, individuals who are good at maintaining eye contact are viewed as being more competent and self-assured. But it's not only a matter of how others see us. Making eye contact impacts our own emotional condition. When we engage in mutual gaze, our brains release oxytocin, often called the bonding hormone. This natural chemical response can evoke a strong sense of connection and empathy, paving the way for richer, more authentic interactions. However, before exploring these deeper dynamics, it's important to clear up some widespread myths about eye contact. One of the most common misconceptions is that more eye contact is always better, when in fact, excessive or poorly timed eye contact can come across as aggressive, uncomfortable, or even insincere. In the real world, the right degree and kind of eye contact may differ substantially with context and culture. Looking someone intensely for a long time will not probably increase their level of trust towards you. It may well make them feel uneasy. Another fallacy is that not making eye contact always means one is being dishonest or lacking confidence. While this may occasionally be the case, there are numerous other reasons why a person may not maintain direct gaze, such as cultural background, neurodiversity, or merely being lost in thought. These subtleties are what mastering eye contact is all about. It's not a matter of following strict rules, but learning to adopt a flexible, context-sensitive approach to visual communication. As you continue on your path, you'll become attuned to reading these subtle signals and modifying your own eye contact in response. Now, you may be asking yourself how to begin applying this information. One good way is through observant awareness. Begin noticing your own eye contact patterns in conversation. Are you holding eye contact for the right lengths of time? Do you catch yourself avoiding eye contact at times? Being aware of that is the initial step towards a change. You can also rehearse eye contact in front of a mirror. This may come across as being a little silly at first, but it's a great way to get used to holding eye contact. While rehearsing, concentrate on relaxing the muscles in your face and not forcing a fake expression. Keep in mind, though, that you are trying to look engaged and alert, not hyper or aggressive. Visualization methods can also be amazingly effective. Put yourself into situations, a job interview, a first date, a public speaking engagement, using confident appropriate eye contact. Imagining these kinds of situations through mental rehearsal can make you feel more comfortable and ready for them when you see them arise in real life. As you start to apply these habits, you'll probably start to see some immediate effects. At the very least, you'll become more observant of your own eye contact and that of people around you. This heightened awareness is a major first step to change. With practice over time, you may find yourself able to read others' eye signals more easily. You'll begin to notice subtle signs that signal interest, unease, or involvement. This enhanced ability to read people can be priceless in both your personal and professional life, enabling you to modify your strategy and communication style on the spot. Ultimately, it is to become proficient in these basic eye contact skills so that they become a part of your overall communication arsenal. Imagine having the ability to transmit confidence, build trust, and create rapport with ease, all through the power of your eyes. This degree of proficiency can revolutionize your interactions, leading to new opportunities and stronger relationships. That said, the path to mastering eye contact is not always easy. One of the most common pitfalls is overthinking, which can result in stiffness or unnatural behavior. If you catch yourself getting too self-conscious about your eye contact, it paradoxically can make your interactions come across as forced or uncomfortable. The remedy: practice relaxation skills. Prior to going into a social interaction, take a couple of deep breaths and actively relax your facial muscles. Keep in mind that good eye contact should feel comfortable and natural, not strained or forced. Another possible problem is misreading eye signals. As you become more sensitive to the nuances of eye contact, you may occasionally misread a glance or a look away. The trick here is to get feedback and keep learning. Don't hesitate to run your interpretations past others or to acknowledge when you're not sure about a signal. As we end this chapter, you're now equipped with a working knowledge of the psychology and mechanics of eye contact. You now know how critical it is for establishing trust, expressing emotions, and influencing perception. You found useful exercises to enhance your ability and potential areas to watch out for. But that's only the first chapter. As you venture deeper into eye contact territory, you'll find more intriguing details about this silent, yet powerful, means of communication. The journey will continue to be revealing, challenging, and ultimately life-changing. In the next chapter, we'll venture into an area that many consider difficult but essential: confidence through eye contact. You'll learn how to use your eyes in a way that will not only make others perceive you as confident, but also increase your own level of self-confidence. Ready to tap the secret of confidence-giving eyes? The journey to a more confident you starts with one look. Chapter 3: Developing Confidence. Visualize walking into a room and gaining respect and attention instantly without opening your mouth. Imagine yourself easily participating in conversations, your eyes fixed and confident. This is not a fantasy. It's confident eye contact, and it's a skill you can learn. But what is the relationship between eye contact and confidence, anyway? On the surface, it could appear to be easy. Confident individuals have good eye contact. But the connection goes both ways and runs much deeper. Not only does confidence result in improved eye contact, but improving eye contact can also enhance your confidence. It's an intriguing feedback loop we'll be discussing throughout this chapter. Let's begin by touching on why confidence is so essential when learning to master eye contact. Consider confidence to be the ground on which all your eye contact skills are constructed. Without it, even the technically flawless eye contact will be forced or artificial. Confidence makes your eye contact come naturally, making you look better overall and more charismatic. Additionally, confidence with eye contact is not merely about how others see you, but also about how you see yourself. When you intentionally make solid, confident eye contact, you're not merely communicating a message to others. You're reinforcing your own feelings of self-worth and competency. This internal adjustment can have serious impacts on your relationships and interactions. But suppose the mere mention of making eye contact makes you nervous? Don't worry. You're in good company. Many people find eye contact to be uncomfortable, even terrifying. The first thing to do if you're plagued by anxiety when it comes to eye contact is to figure out why. Is it a fear of being judged, a sense of vulnerability, or a previous negative experience? Knowing the origin of your discomfort is the first step to overcoming it. Having determined the cause, you can then start to challenge and reframe the thoughts and beliefs that drive your anxiety. Remember, most of our anxieties about eye contact are founded on assumptions or misinterpretations, not facts. One useful method for decreasing eye contact anxiety is gradual exposure. Begin small. Practice holding brief eye contact with individuals in low-stress settings such as cashiers or pedestrians. As you become more comfortable, you can gradually lengthen the duration and intensity of the eye contact. This gradual approach enables you to work on building your confidence at your own rate. Another effective technique is mindfulness. By remaining in the present moment and concentrated on your breathing, you can soothe your nerves and keep your eye contact calmer, more confident. Mindfulness also keeps you tuned to the other person's response, so you can modify your eye contact accordingly. While practicing overcoming anxiety, you can pay attention to building a confident gaze at the same time. It is not about staring at someone. It is about the quality of your stare. A confident stare is firm but not hard, engaged but not dominating. It gives interest and confidence without hostility. One method of making confident eye contact is the triangle technique. Rather than fixating directly into someone's eyes, which can be overpowering, visualize a triangle established by the eyes and mouth of that person. Slowly shift your gaze from these 3 points. This establishes a relaxed, natural eye contact pattern that feels engaged but not overwhelming. Breaking away from eye contact is just as crucial for confident eye contact. Unbroken, constant eye contact tends to feel threatening or uneasy. Natural breaks, glancing away for a moment while thinking or gesturing actually improve the quality of your eye contact by making it feel more natural and less contrived. As you become more proficient with these skills, you'll probably begin to notice an interesting phenomenon, the confidence feedback loop. As your eye contact gets better, chances are that the people around you will react to you more favorably. They'll appear more interested, more open to your suggestions, or just more pleasant. This favorable reaction, in turn, strengthens your confidence, and it becomes that much easier to keep good eye contact. This feedback cycle can have a deep effect on your self-confidence. Each positive exchange strengthens your feeling of social competence and value. Over time, this can cause a profound change in the way you perceive yourself and the way you interact with social situations. But that's not all. As your confidence increases, you'll find that your eye contact will become more genuine and confident. Rather than worrying about making the right amount of eye contact, you'll automatically make contact in a way that feels comfortable and real. Authenticity is magnetic. It attracts individuals to you and makes you a more charismatic person. To assist you along the way, there are a number of useful exercises you can add to your daily routine. One effective technique is through the use of positive affirmations. Begin your day by standing in front of the mirror and making eye contact with yourself and saying confidence-building statements. It will feel silly at first, but the more you practice, the greater an influence it will have on your self-image. Visualization is another powerful technique. Take a few minutes a day to visualize yourself in different social situations, having confident, comfortable eye contact. Visualize good outcomes and other people's responses. This practice can prepare you for actual life interactions and give you confidence. As you put these techniques and exercises into practice, you'll probably begin to notice differences in your comfort and confidence with eye contact. A quality early result is that you'll feel less uneasy when making eye contact. Perhaps you'll discover that you're able to stay in eye contact for longer than before without the discomfort, or perhaps that you have fewer tendencies toward looking away within social interactions. A great positive result is boosting your overall sense of confidence socially. You might discover that you're more confident to talk with others, join in on more discussions, or go up and meet new people. Your enhanced eye contact skills would add to a more commanding and confident presence. The best case scenario? That's when confident eye contact is second nature. You naturally convey confidence through your eyes, adding to your charisma and impact in personal and professional situations. Your genuine, confident eye contact is a strong tool for connection and communication. Of course, as with any skill, there are potential pitfalls along the way. One of the issues is overcompensation, where while trying to maintain strong eye contact, you tend to stare hard at the other individual. This will cause discomfort and even prevent communication. The trick is to make sure to include natural pauses in your stare. Glance away for a moment when talking or listening, just like you do during a natural, comfortable conversation. Another issue could be falling back on avoidance behaviors, particularly during tension-provoking situations. If you catch yourself reverting to old patterns of eye avoidance, don't worry. It's just part of learning. The thing is to become aware that you're doing it and gently coax yourself back to your practice. Go back through the exercises we've covered and practice your habits in low-stress environments before trying more difficult ones. As we finish this chapter, you're now equipped with techniques to boost your confidence through eye contact. You recognize the strong feedback loop between assertive behavior and internal self-confidence. You've got methods to break through fear, build a strong stare, and apply them in everyday life. But that's only the start of your journey. As your confidence increases, so will your power to influence and persuade others. In the next chapter, we'll see how your new confidence can be used as a strong force for leadership and persuasion. Are you ready to learn how your eyes can not only convey confidence, but also influence the thoughts and actions of others? The journey to real influence starts with a glance. Chapter 4: Influencing Others. Have you ever noticed why some individuals appear to command a room effortlessly, their words having authority and their presence commanding attention? The answer may be right in front of you, or rather, in their eyes. As we come into this chapter, we're going to uncover the subtle and powerful ways eye contact can transform your power of influence and elevate your leadership presence. The influence is usually given to words and actions, yet there's a hidden undercurrent of nonverbal communication that can make or break your capacity to influence. At the core of this silent language is eye contact, an invisible yet powerful tool that can be used to show authority, establish trust, and influence the thoughts and behaviors of others around you. Why is eye contact so important, though, in terms of influencing others? Reflect on the last time you talked to someone who couldn't look you in the eye. Did you find yourself questioning their sincerity or doubting their confidence? Conversely, remember a moment when someone locked eyes with you with absolute focus. Didn't you want to listen, trust, and obey more? This is the influence of eye contact in leadership and influence. It's not merely staring at someone, it's about communicating a message, making a connection, and projecting an air of authority and trustworthiness. When you use eye contact well, it can build your leadership presence and make you come across as more confident, capable, and credible. Let's begin by discussing how eye contact is used in building authority and credibility. When you walk into a room or start a conversation with strong, purposeful eye contact, you're making a very clear statement. I am here, I am committed. And I have something significant to communicate. This first impression can establish the tone for the whole interaction, making you a leader from the very beginning. But it's not merely about making an entrance. Sustained eye contact during an interaction continues to affirm your authority and credibility. It indicates that you're completely present, actively listening, and comfortable in your place. This does not equate to staring blankly at people. That may be perceived as aggressive or awkward. Rather, it's about having a consistent, engaged look that communicates attention and respect. Eye contact also has an important part to play in generating trust and respect. When you speak with someone directly in the eyes, you're expressing openness and honesty. You're basically conveying, I have nothing to hide in what I'm saying, you can believe. That is the openness which is important to establish the type of trust that's necessary for successful leadership and influence. In addition, by keeping eye contact when someone else is talking, you show respect and you pay attention. You get other people to be more open, to share with you what they're thinking, to feel heard. All of which are important to create effective relationships and develop a good leadership culture. Now, let's explore how you can utilize eye contact to steer discussions and channel attention. Your eyes are an effective agent for underscoring major points and guiding the direction of a conversation. When you need to point out a major point, combining it with direct eye contact can have a major impact and stickiness factor. You can also use your gaze to manage turn-taking in discussions. By keeping your eyes on the current speaker, you indicate that you are listening and deter interruptions. If you need to speak or wish to get someone else to join in, a movement of your gaze can be a nonverbal signal. But the power of eye contact extends beyond controlling attention. It may be a gentle but powerful persuasion strategy. By coordinating your body language with your eye contact, you can deliver a strong congruent message that will be more likely to influence others. As an example, when delivering an important point, coordinate direct eye contact with open, assertive body posture. This coordination of verbal and nonverbal signals strengthens your message's impact and believability. Likewise, during listening, slight forward-leaning and eye contact can express strong interest and concurrence, perhaps nudging the opinion of the speaker in your direction. There are also more covert signals you can use to manipulate decisions. Slight, timely glances can direct attention towards certain objects or people, possibly affecting choices or opinions. A consistent eye paired with a minimal head bob can non-verbally indicate compliance and lead others to come along in agreement with your stance. In order to advance your abilities at these things, there are various useful exercises that you can introduce into your lifestyle. One extremely useful tactic is leadership visualization. Take a couple of minutes on a daily basis envisioning yourself within differing situations of leadership. Delivering a speech, moderating a session, or discussing with one other member in private. In your visualizations, picture yourself using steady, confident eye contact to reinforce your message and naturally influence those around you. Another powerful technique is setting clear intentions for your eye contact before any interaction. Before stepping into a meeting or conversation, take a moment to define your goals. Perhaps it's maintaining firm eye contact during important statements, or using your gaze to invite quieter colleagues into the discussion. These small, intentional shifts can have a significant impact on how you're perceived and how effectively you connect with others. By making these intentions, you will be more apt to employ eye contact in strategic and effective ways. As you use these methods and practices, you should notice improvements in your ability to get through to other people. A good starting place would be increased capability to sustain others' attention. You may find that other people are paying more attention to you when you're talking or that you get interrupted less. A great benefit would be greater influence in groups. You may discover that your suggestions are considered more seriously or that you can better lead the conversation. Your enhanced eye contact skills would make you a more commanding and persuasive presence. The best case scenario? That's when you're known as a confident, powerful leader. Your command of eye contact becomes second nature to your leadership style, making you a better inspirer, persuader, and guide. You can use your eyes strategically in any given situation, easily adjusting to different contexts and people. As with any powerful tool, eye contact must be used with care. One common pitfall is unintentionally appearing intimidating. In trying to convey confidence and authority, overly intense or unbroken eye contact can make others feel uneasy or even threatened. The key lies in striking the right balance. Let your gaze be steady and assured, but also warm and inviting. This blend of assertiveness and approachability fosters trust and openness in your interactions. Don't forget to add natural breaks and soften your eye gaze where necessary. Another possible issue is misreading people's comfort level with eye contact. Various people and cultures have different expectations regarding eye contact, and what comes naturally to you may not feel right to another person. The answer here lies in being sensitive to feedback. Observe people's body language and response and be open to adjusting your eye contact. As we bring this chapter to a close, you now possess strategies for harnessing eye contact as an influential and leadership tool. You know how your eyes can create dominance, trust, direct conversations, and gently persuade others. You have methods to exercise and areas of potential caution. But this is only one aspect of the multifaceted art of persuasion. As your ability to influence through eye contact grows, so too will your need to fine-tune your persuasive abilities. In the next chapter, we'll show you how to take that newfound influence to the max, going deep into expert techniques that can transform a casual glance into an effective tool of persuasion. Are you ready to learn how your eyes can not only influence, but really captivate and persuade? The art of persuasion mastery is about to start. And it begins with a gaze that says it all. Chapter 5, Tactics of persuasion. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to have an aura of magnetism about them, seemingly influencing others to agree with them? The key may lie right in front of you, or rather, in their eyes. As we venture into this chapter, we will discover the subtle yet forceful manner in which eye contact can revolutionize your power of persuasion, elevating your communication skills to heights previously unknown to you. The craft of persuasion is generally thought to involve flowery words and persuasive arguments, but beneath it all runs a current of non-verbal communication that can break or make your efforts at persuading others. In the very center of that non-verbal communication is eye contact, a wordless but powerful tool that can amplify your message, establish credibility, and inspire agreement in ways that words can't possibly manage. But why is eye contact so important when it comes to persuading? Consider the last time you were actually convinced by someone. Was it merely their words that convinced you? Or was there something else? Chances are, their eye contact was a big part of what made their message hit home with you. This is the power of eye contact in persuasion. It's not about simply gazing at someone, it's about being sincere, creating a connection, and making your message stick at a subconscious level. Used effectively, eye contact can strengthen your persuasive communication, making you come across as more trustworthy, credible, and convincing. Let's begin by seeing how eye contact can strengthen your verbal messages. When you pair your words with deliberate eye contact, you're basically creating a visual anchor for your spoken message. This coordination of verbal and non-verbal messages can really make your message have more impact and be more memorable. But it's not so much about keeping your eyes on someone the entire time. The rhythm and timing of your gaze can be as significant as the gaze itself. For example, maintaining eye contact when highlighting important points can bring focus to those points and make them more memorable. Likewise, maintaining eye contact for a fraction of a second longer when presenting an important argument can emphasize its significance and prompt the listener to think about it more intensely. But the power of eye contact in persuasion extends far beyond simply bolstering your words. It is also a key to establishing credibility, a most important element of successful persuasion. When you use proper eye contact during speaking, you're conveying honesty and integrity. You're basically saying, "I'm sincere about what I'm saying, and I've got nothing to hide." This sense of honesty can do much to boost your credibility, causing others to be more apt to trust and be persuaded by you. It's worth mentioning, though, that this effect is based on natural eye contact. Forced or extremely intense eye contact can actually have the reverse effect, perhaps making you come across as insincere or even dishonest. Talking about deception, it's also worth mentioning that some eye behaviors are usually linked to dishonesty. These aren't infallible indicators, but having knowledge of them can prevent you from unintentionally sending the wrong message. For example, rapid blinking, excessive eye movement, or consistently looking away when making important points can all potentially undermine your credibility. Now, let's explore one of the most compelling aspects of eye contact in the art of persuasion, its ability to encourage agreement. Your eyes are not only tools for expressing conviction, but also for reading the subtle cues of those you're speaking with. By observing others' eye behaviors, you can assess their engagement, interest, and whether they're leaning toward agreement or resistance. For example, dilated pupils often signal curiosity or emotional connection, while frequent blinking or averted gazes may indicate discomfort or hesitation. Learning to interpret these signals allows you to adapt your approach in real time, subtly guiding conversations toward alignment. When you observe this in presenting an idea, perhaps this is a signal to push further. However, if you find constant averting of eyes and narrowed eyes, it may mean disagreement or distress, indicating a need to shift your approach. But reading from eye signals is only part of the picture. You can even use your own eye contact to elicit agreement. A highly effective strategy is mirroring and matching the eye behavior of the other person. This builds rapport and can unconsciously lead the other individual to agree with you. For instance, if the individual you're attempting to influence has a tendency to make infrequent, but swift, eye contact, attempt to mirror their pattern. This mirroring can build a sense of connection and comprehension, perhaps making the other individual more open to your suggestions. To help you develop these skills, there are some hands-on exercises you can include in your daily routine. One such useful technique is role-playing situations. Take some time every day imagining that you are in different persuasiveness situations, selling an idea to your boss, persuading a friend to do something new, or negotiating a contract. In these visualizations, visualize using firm, confident eye contact to establish your points and gain credibility. Another effective drill is eye contact timing exercises. Throughout the course of your daily activities, exercise synchronizing eye contact with the most important points of your communication. This may feel somewhat stiff at first but will become automatic and effective over time. As you incorporate these strategies and exercises into your practice, you can expect to notice improvements in your persuasive skills. A good early result would be that you're able to keep people's attention more. You may find that others are more attentive when you speak or that they recall what you have to say more well. The perfect result would be even more success in persuading others. You would find that your suggestions are more easily accepted or that you could influence more easily. Your enhanced eye contact skills would make your presence more convincing and more influential. The ultimate positive, that's when you master the art of applying eye contact to influence. Your eye contact is a smooth, natural extension of your influencing arsenal, making you a better persuader and influencer in every situation. You can effortlessly read and react to people's eye signals, modifying your strategy to maximize your impact. Naturally, with any strong weapon, there are dangers to watch out for. A common pitfall in using eye contact for persuasion is overuse, which can come across as manipulative. If your gaze feels overly intense or calculated, it may raise suspicion or discomfort, causing your message to lose credibility. The remedy is to stay grounded in sincerity. Let your eye contact be confident but natural, without overemphasis or force. Another critical issue is misalignment between your verbal and nonverbal cues. If your words express one thing but your eyes suggest something different, it can create confusion and weaken your persuasive impact. Consistency is key. Your eye contact should support and amplify your spoken message, helping you build trust and deliver a clear, unified impression. As we close this chapter, you now have strategies to harness the power of eye contact to persuade. You know how your eyes can confirm your words, establish credibility, and garner assent. You have drills to master and mistakes to sidestep. Persuasion is only a part of the rich tapestry of human exchange. As your powers of persuasion with your eyes increase, so will your ability to make deeper, more substantial connections. In the next chapter, we will begin to explore how you can expand your eye contact skills beyond persuasion and into the arena of true human connection. Are you ready to learn how your eyes can not only persuade, but connect? The process of learning the skill of deep, genuine communication is just about to be started. And it begins with a look which transcends language. Chapter 6, Linking Together Deeply. Remember ever having such a moment in which you'd looked into one's eyes and felt a powerful instant connection immediately? A time when words seemed redundant and each understood the other effortlessly. Those few intense moments suggest the untapped potential within eye contact. Not only as an instrument of influence or persuasion, but as a portal to profound, meaningful human connection. As we begin this chapter, we'll discover the subtle yet powerful ways in which eye contact can reshape our relationships, both personal and professional. We'll discover how a glance can bridge the divide between people, building empathy, trust, and understanding in ways that mere words cannot accomplish. But why is eye contact so important when it comes to creating intimate connections? Consider the people you feel closest to in your life. You probably maintain a certain level of eye contact with them that is different from how you interact with people you know less well. This is not an accident. Eye contact is instrumental in how we connect with others, connecting us to our deep instincts and neurological patterns that have influenced human interaction for thousands of years. Eye contact's influence in building relationships transcends social nicety. It's ingrained in our biology in the very structure of how our brains are wired. When we share a look at someone, we cause a rush of neurological stimuli that can heavily influence our state of mind as well as the perception of this other person. Let's begin with how a connection is established through eye contact. When two individuals practice mutual gaze, it is producing a shared moment, a fleeting experience of communication that is above words. A shared focus provides the basis of rapport, promoting a feeling of alignment and similar understanding. But it's not only a matter of gazing at one another. The gaze itself is also very important. An open, warm gaze can establish an immediate connection even between strangers. It conveys approachability, interest, and readiness to connect. And a cold or avoiding gaze can create distance even between people well acquainted with one another. The use of mutual gaze in relationships cannot be emphasized enough. It's a critical ingredient in the way we build romantic and platonic attachments. Eye contact, held for extended periods, releases oxytocin, which has been termed the bonding hormone. This hormone is key to the way we build and sustain close relationships. The chemical reaction can evoke feelings of warmth, trust, and bonding, making people feel more connected and close. Furthermore, eye contact is an excellent means of making people feel an instant connection. In those initial, formative moments of encountering a new person, direct, assertive eye contact can establish the tone for the rest of the relationship. It communicates interest, respect, and attention, setting the stage for a potentially rich and meaningful connection. But the utility of eye contact extends beyond its role in establishing initial rapport. It is instrumental in creating empathy, that crucial capacity to sense and share the emotions of another. When we lock eyes with a person, we trigger the mirror neurons in the brain. These incredible brain networks enable us to mimic the feelings and sensations of another, effectively causing us to sense what they are sensing. This neurobiological mirroring provides an incredibly robust basis for empathy. By keeping eye contact when someone is talking, we're not only indicating that we're listening, we're actually increasing our capacity to understand and connect with their experience. Our eyes become a channel for emotional information, enabling us to tune into subtle cues and nuances that we might otherwise miss. Expressing understanding with your eyes is a skill that can be learned and honed. It requires more than gazing at an individual. It's about transferring warmth, availability, and authenticity through your stare. A soft head tilt, a relaxing of the eyes, or a discreet nod can each add to the empathetic level of your eye contact, alerting the individual that you are fully present and immersed in their reality. Active listening with eye contact goes the next step further. By maintaining appropriate eye contact while someone is speaking, you're not only showing respect and attention, but also encouraging them to open up more. Your eyes can be a wordless support, encouraging the other person to go deeper into what they are saying and feeling. As these experiences of connection are repeated over time, they have the power to build strong bonds between people. Regular quality eye contact in your interactions has the power to intensify personal as well as professional relationships. On a personal level, it promotes intimacy and trust. On a professional level, it can strengthen teamwork, foster greater trust among colleagues, and enhance overall team dynamics. Sustaining effective eye contact over time takes both practice and mindfulness. It's not about locking eyes in an unblinking stare, but about staying genuinely present and engaged during your interactions. True skill lies in knowing when to hold eye contact to show attentiveness, when to soften your gaze to express warmth, and when to look away briefly to maintain comfort and natural flow. It's a dynamic, intuitive process that evolves with awareness and experience. To assist you in building these abilities, there are a few pragmatic exercises you can integrate into your everyday activities. One successful strategy is empathy-building practices. As you go through your day, consciously try to actually look at the people you're engaging with. Try to look past the surface and imagine their thoughts, feelings, and experiences. This exercise can help you strengthen your capacity for empathetic connection through eye contact. Another influential exercise is mutual gaze visualization. Take a few minutes a day to imagine yourself in different situations where you're connecting deeply with others through eye contact. Imagine the warmth and understanding between you and the other individual. This visualization can assist in preparing you for actual life interactions and improve your capacity to connect on a real level. As you apply these techniques and exercises, you will probably begin to notice improvements in your capacity to connect with others. A good first result would be a better capacity to connect. You may find that individuals are more forthcoming with you or that it is easier to build rapport in novel situations. A great byproduct would be the construction of more profound relationships. You may find that your current relationships become richer and more rewarding, or that you can easily build close relationships with new people. Your enhanced eye contact abilities would make you a more empathetic and connected presence in all your interactions. The optimal outcome, that's when you can create strong, authentic connections through eye contact. Your eyes become a force for connection, enabling you to build meaningful, authentic relationships in your personal and professional life. You can communicate profound understanding and empathy with ease, building trust and intimacy into your relationships. Of course, like any potent instrument, there are pitfalls to watch out for. One is misreading intentions. Sustained or forceful eye contact sometimes gets misread, especially in cultures or situations where it could be perceived as aggressive or too intimate. The answer is to be open about your intentions and respect people's boundaries. Be aware of social and cultural cues and modify your eye contact accordingly. Overstepping comfort levels is another possibility. Even though deep connection through eye contact can be compelling, keep in mind that not everyone is open to it. The solution here is to pay attention to others' cues. If someone appears uneasy with sustained eye contact, respect their space and modify your style. As we finish this chapter, you're now armed with techniques to harness eye contact as a force of profound connection. You know how your eyes can create empathy, establish trust, and deepen relationships. You have skills to practice and pitfalls to watch out for. But the journey of becoming an eye contact master doesn't end here. As your capacity for making deep connections through eye contact increases, so will your ability to interpret the subtle emotional cues that are communicated through the eyes. In the following chapter, we will learn to read and decode these silent signals, opening a new dimension of emotional intelligence. Are you prepared to learn the secret language of the eyes? The journey of deciphering the most subtle human emotions is about to begin, and it starts with a look that looks deeper than the surface. Chapter 7, Emotional Awareness. Have you ever been in a situation where you wished you could read minds? Although true telepathy is still science fiction, there is an actual skill that gets very close. The skill of reading emotions from the eyes. Throughout this chapter, we're going to discover the subtle yet effective ways in which the eyes express our deepest feelings. And how learning the skill can revolutionize the way you interact and connect with others. The eyes, sometimes referred to as windows to the soul, are a lot more truthful than you'd ever have guessed. They're not simply organs of vision. They're active communicators, continuously sending signals about our emotional status. But why is this power of reading emotions through the eyes so important? Consider a moment when you misinterpreted someone's mood or motive. How different could the outcome have been if you had properly understood their emotional status? This is where eye contact emotional awareness comes in. It's not about glancing at someone, it's about really seeing them, reading their emotional state, and acting accordingly. If you can honestly read and translate the emotions in a person's eyes, you have a tremendous tool for becoming more empathic and socially adept. Let's begin by seeing how to read emotions in the eyes. One of the most intriguing features of this talent is being able to read micro-expressions. These are momentary facial expressions that last a fraction of a second, typically expressing genuine feelings before they are covered up with more socially approved ones. The eyes are the key to these micro-expressions, typically being the first to show our true feelings. For example, a quick widening of the eyes can express surprise or fear, and a slight narrowing can express skepticism or anger. These facial expressions occur so rapidly that they're easy to overlook if you're not paying close attention. But with practice, you can become skilled at detecting these subtle hints, providing you with a good sense of someone's actual emotional state. Apart from micro-expressions, there are other subtle emotional giveaways that the eyes can reveal. The direction of their gaze, the frequency of blinking, the dilation of their pupils, all of these elements can be used to infer someone's emotional state. For instance, higher frequencies of blinking could point to stress or discomfort, and dilated pupils towards interest or emotional stimulation. Knowing these is only the beginning. The true strength lies in mastering your emotional intelligence, employing this knowledge to react in the right way to others' emotions and modify your communication according to the cues you're picking up. Suppose you're having a conversation and you see the other person's eyes flicking away repeatedly, their blink rate accelerating. These are possible indicators of discomfort or nervousness. Equipped with this information, you may decide to shift the topic, use a more calming tone, or confront their issues head-on. This capacity to read and respond to emotional signals can significantly enhance your social interactions and relationships. But emotional awareness isn't solely a matter of reading others. It's also about controlling your own expressions. Your eyes are sending signals constantly, whether you like it or not. Learning to control these signals can be a valuable addition to your communication arsenal. For example, holding steady eye contact can communicate confidence and sincerity, and softening your gaze can convey empathy and understanding. By intentionally managing your eye expressions, you can more effectively convey the emotions that support and reinforce your spoken words. This alignment enhances clarity, connection, and impact in every interaction. To strengthen these skills, consider integrating simple yet powerful exercises into your daily routine. One effective technique is emotion recognition practice. Throughout your day, make a conscious effort to observe the eyes of those around you, whether in conversations, meetings, or even in public spaces, and try to identify the emotions being expressed. Are they showing curiosity, frustration, warmth, or uncertainty? Over time, this practice sharpens your emotional awareness and deepens your ability to respond with empathy and precision. Begin with simple emotions such as happiness, sadness, anger, and fear, and build up to more complex emotional states. Self-awareness practice is also a good exercise. Take a few minutes every day in front of the mirror and practice conveying various emotions through your eyes. Observe the way your eyes move differently for each emotion. This practice not only makes you more sensitive to your own expressions, but also increases your sensitivity to others' expressions. As you use these strategies and practices, you will find yourself making changes in your emotional awareness and social interactions. A good first result would be to better recognize basic emotions in others. You may find yourself becoming more attuned to emotional signals that you used to miss, resulting in more empathetic and effective communication. A great byproduct would be the capacity to sense subtle emotional changes. You may find that you can sense changes in someone's mood before they even say anything, so you can adjust your approach ahead of time. This greater awareness can result in more harmonious, smoother interactions both personally and professionally. The ideal situation, that's where you've got mastery of reading and responding to emotions with a glance. By this stage, your emotional acuity is next to instinct. You can ride through the toughest social situations as if you were born knowing everything, reading people and responding naturally to emotional clues. This expertise can revolutionize your relationships by making you much better at connecting, influencing, and leading. Naturally, since any such robust skill carries a risk of doing more harm than good, there are dangers in its misuse as well. One common challenge in interpreting eye contact is misreading emotions, which can lead to misunderstandings and miscommunication. While reading eye cues can offer valuable insights, it's essential to remember that they are not always foolproof. The key is to use your observations as a starting point but remain open to clarifying your perceptions through conversation. If you're uncertain about someone's emotional state, it's often better to ask directly rather than making assumptions. Another potential pitfall is overanalyzing, which can result in inaction or paralysis by analysis. Focusing too much on decoding every tiny detail can hinder your ability to respond naturally. The solution is to find balance, trust your instincts, but don't get bogged down by every subtle cue. Keep the flow of communication organic and responsive. As you become extremely attuned to emotional cues, there's a risk of getting caught in analysis paralysis, second-guessing every interaction. The solution is to balance your analytical abilities with natural interaction. Employ your awareness as a means of elevating your communication, not as a hindrance to authentic connection. As we wrap up this chapter, you now have strategies for improving your emotional awareness using eye contact. You know how to interpret emotions in the eyes, how to apply the knowledge to improve your emotional intelligence, and how to control your own expressions in the eyes. You have methods to practice and things to watch out for. But mastering the art of eye contact does not end here. As your skill in reading and reacting to emotions increases, so will your requirement to transfer these skills to new situations and environments. In the following chapter, we'll look at how to use your eye contact mastery in a variety of difficult situations. Are you ready to learn how your new skills can be honed for maximum effect in any situation? The journey to becoming a real eye contact master is about to start. And it starts with recognizing that each environment requires its own special way of doing things. Chapter 8, High-Level Techniques. Has there ever been a situation when your regular eye contact tactics just didn't work? Maybe in a high-pressure negotiation, public speech, or networking event overseas. If so, you've come upon a vital reality. Eye contact is not an across-the-board skill. As we move into this chapter, we'll learn the subtle complexity of eye contact that can make your communication move from good to remarkable in many difficult situations. The technique of eye contact, as with all communication, is highly contextual. What works perfectly in one scenario may be entirely unsuitable for another. This is where advanced skills are involved. By learning these, you'll increase your effectiveness in a broad variety of situations, adjusting your eye contact to meet the particular needs of each context. But why is this flexibility so important? Consider the varied situations you may find yourself in during your working life alone. From close one-on-one negotiations to speaking to large crowds, from informal networking sessions to official board meetings, every scenario requires a special way of handling eye contact. Your skill to modify your look accordingly can prove to be the key to success or failure, to bonding or isolation. Let us begin by discussing how eye contact changes according to the situation. Consider public speaking, for example. While speaking to an entire group of people, your approach to eye contact must be significantly different from that of a face-to-face conversation. Rather than holding prolonged eye contact with one individual, successful public speakers will frequently employ the lighthouse technique. This means sweeping your eyes across the audience, making a quick eye contact with people in various parts of the room. This provides a sense of connection with the entire audience without allowing any one person to feel singled out or uncomfortable. In contrast, during negotiations or conflict resolution scenarios, eye contact takes on a different role. Here, steady, confident eye contact becomes a tool for asserting your position and reading your counterpart's reactions. However, it's crucial to balance this with moments of looking away to avoid appearing aggressive or confrontational. The trick is to use eye contact to show confidence and engagement, but also to provide room for reflection and de-escalation if necessary. But it gets even more complicated. With our world becoming more global, knowing cross-cultural eye contact rules is crucial. What constitutes respectful and engaging eye contact in one culture would be deemed rude or hostile in another. For example, in most Western cultures, direct eye contact is generally deemed to be synonymous with honesty and confidence. On the other hand, in a few Asian societies, extended eye contact with the seniors could be viewed as showing disrespect. How to balance all these international rules is a problem that needs sensitivity and flexibility in solving. It is not changing your natural self, but learning to make nuanced adjustments to show respect and facilitate rapport across different cultures. This may include varying the length of your eye contact, varying the strength of your gaze, or even the knowing when to avert your eyes. In multicultural settings, it's about creating an environment that's inclusive through your eye contact. This is all about being sensitive to the comfort level of others and making adjustments accordingly. It's about using your gaze to express openness and respect irrespective of different cultural backgrounds or individual choices. As if these everyday situations weren't difficult enough, the age of technology has added a new dimension to eye contact: video calls. In this virtual world, the etiquette of eye contact is subtly but importantly different. The primary challenge here is the misalignment between the screen where you'll naturally want to look in order to see the other person and the camera where you need to look in order to seem as though you're looking at someone. Eye contact on video calls takes a little trick. To improve your presence in virtual communications, it's essential to train yourself to look directly at the camera when speaking, as this creates the illusion of eye contact with the other person. However, it's equally important to glance at the screen now and then to pick up on their visual cues and reactions. Striking the right balance between these two will significantly enhance your effectiveness, helping you appear more engaged and connected during virtual conversations. To assist you in building these higher-level skills, there are a number of practical exercises that you can add to your routine. One useful method is public speaking visualization. Take a few minutes each day to visualize yourself speaking to a large group. Imagine yourself making eye contact with various parts of the room, drawing the whole audience in with your eyes. This visualization can assist you in preparing for actual public speaking opportunities. Another effective exercise is to practice imagining cross-cultural situations. Imagine yourself in the context of business meetings or social events with individuals who are from various cultural backgrounds. Consider how you would modify your eye contact in order to express respect and establish rapport in these various contexts. This exercise can be effective in helping you cultivate flexibility and awareness that will make cross-cultural communication more effective. As you apply these strategies and drills, you're likely to find that you develop substantial improvements in your capacity for adapting your eye contact. Improved adaptability as a good outcome would be followed by where you could feel more ease in adapting the eye contact differently in various settings, which ultimately results in free-flowing conversations in diverse scenarios. A finer outcome would be effectiveness in a professional as well as cultural arena. You may discover that you can use eye contact in a strategic way to maximize your effect in public speaking, negotiation, and cross-cultural communication. Your enhanced eye contact skills would make you a more versatile and effective presence in your career, the optimal best. That's when you have mastery for every situation. Here, you can instinctively vary your eye contact to any given situation, getting the maximum impact and engagement from various crowds. Your eye contact is then an effective skill that you can masterfully utilize with precision to strengthen your communication in any setting. Naturally, like with every sophisticated skill, there are areas where you need to be cautious. One of the things that go wrong is misapplication in the wrong context. Utilizing strong steady eye contact appropriate for a Western business deal can be repelling in a less formal cultural situation. The solution is to be sure to do your research and prepare specifically for the context that you will find yourself in. Knowing the social, professional, and cultural conventions of each is what enables you to make accommodations to your approach to eye contact accordingly. The other issue of concern is complicated eye contact. In attempting to make use of higher-level techniques, you could wind up analyzing each glance excessively and creating artificial, stilted exchanges. In this, your aim needs to be on developing natural adaptation rather than consciously deploying skills as learned. As guidance, rely upon your education but maintain eye contact flowing organically within appropriate levels for a particular context. As we finish this chapter, you're now better prepared with sophisticated techniques to modify your eye contact in a broad range of difficult situations. You know how to modify your stare for public speaking, negotiations, cross-cultural interactions, and even online communication. You have methods to practice and areas to be careful about. But mastering eye contact is not where your journey ends. As your proficiency in using eye contact increases, so will your proficiency in using this powerful tool for personal development and self-knowledge. In the last chapter, we will see how your control of eye contact can be a catalyst for deep personal change. Are you prepared to learn about how what you do with your eyes can not only alter others' perception of you, but also yours for yourself? You're on your way to being able to find your complete capability through the leverage of eye connection. And you start by taking a glance at yourself. Chapter 9, Eyes Wide Open. As we reach the climax of our journey through the power of eye contact, it's time to step back and look at the transformative potential that is seated within your eyes. We've navigated the inner workings of eye contact from its rudiments to subtle techniques for particular situations throughout this book. Let's put it all together now and see how these learnings can actually empower you in your own life. Remember where you were when you first opened this book. Maybe you were a person who had trouble making eye contact, felt awkward, or was uncertain in social situations. Or maybe you were already self-assured when it came to communicating, but felt there was something more to be discovered. Wherever you began, the information and skills you've learned can potentially transform your communication abilities. With your newfound awareness of eye contact, you now have a dynamic tool for demonstrating confidence and presence. Picture entering a room and commanding attention right away, not by what you're saying, but by the strength and purposefulness of your look. This isn't about being intimidating or dominating. It's about giving off an air of self-assurance that draws others to you. Further, your power of influence and persuasion has been greatly increased. You've been taught how to use eye contact to support your message, establish credibility, and invite agreement. These skills are transferable to innumerable situations, ranging from high-stakes business deals to daily interactions with friends and family. But the effect of eye contact mastery spreads far beyond being a personal tool for effectiveness. Perhaps one of the most transformative ways this learning can empower you is through strengthening your relationships. By learning the function of eye contact in rapport building and empathy, you've developed the skill of making more profound, richer connections with others. Think how this may manifest in your life. With your partner or close friends, your increased skill at expressing understanding and presence through your eyes can result in more intimate, fulfilling relationships. At work, your enhanced eye contact ability will enable you to establish greater rapport with your coworkers and customers, creating a culture of trust and cooperation. The empathy that you have acquired by practicing caring eye contact will be useful in all your interpersonal interactions. You'll be better equipped to interpret others' emotions, sensing fine nuances that could have otherwise been missed. This increased emotional intelligence can translate to better understanding in all your relationships, both at home and in the workplace. Now, let's think about what you'll be able to do with these new skills that may have been difficult or even impossible for you before. Social situations that were once overwhelming can now be easily handled. Whether you're attending a networking function, a blind date, or a family reunion, you'll be more at ease and confident in your interactions. As a leader, your improved eye contact abilities will enable you to influence and direct more powerfully. You'll be able to communicate your vision more forcefully, instill confidence in your team, and establish trust faster and more naturally. This can mean higher performing projects, more harmonious collaboration, and faster career advancement. Perhaps the most thrilling thing about your path with eye contact is that it's hardly even begun. As you keep practicing and bringing these principles into everyday life, you'll notice your outcomes getting better with less and less deliberate effort. This is the force of habit building and effortless embedding. With time, the skills you've acquired will become second nature. You won't need to consciously think about making proper eye contact or shifting your gaze for various situations. It will become second nature. This releases your mental energy to concentrate on the content of your communication and the inner dynamics of your interactions. Furthermore, your experience with eye contact is a journey of continuous personal growth and development. As you become more sensitive to the subtlest expressions of nonverbal communication, you'll probably find that your global emotional intelligence and social awareness keep growing. This can result in deep inner insights and a deeper knowledge of human interaction and behavior. To totally enjoy these rewards, it's essential to make conscious eye contact a part of your everyday life. Begin each day by creating the intention to be aware of your eye contact. Whether getting coffee, talking with a coworker, or dinner with your family, make it a point to practice good eye contact. Add this to a practice of awareness in the present moment. As you make eye contact, truly pay attention to the other person you're interacting with. See the color of their eyes, the feeling they're expressing, the subtle changes in their face. This awareness not only improves your skills of eye contact, but also enriches your entire experience of every interaction. Take time along the way to consider your own growth. Observe how you feel more comfortable with making eye contact. Are you more comfortable in social interactions? Do you feel comfortable more easily connecting with others? Be proud of how far you have come, but realistically acknowledge areas where you still struggle. Employ these observations to establish new communication targets for yourself, always expanding the edges of what feels safe and familiar. Keep in mind that mastering eye contact is a lifelong process. There will always be new situations to navigate, new people to connect with, and new levels of understanding to achieve. Approach this process with excitement, knowing that each encounter is a chance for growth and connection. In summary, the power of eye contact reaches far beyond what we've learned in this book. It's not merely a communication skill, it's a doorway to a more connected, influential, and authentic life. By keeping your eyes wide open, both literally and metaphorically, you open yourself to a world of possibilities. Your gaze can express emotions, establish trust, shape decisions, and create deep connections. It can make you a better leader, a better friend, and a more charismatic person. But above all, eye contact mastery can result in a deep transformation in the way you see yourself and your position in the world. As you continue on from this book, take with you the understanding that your eyes are mighty tools of connection and communication. Employ them well. Employ them gently. And observe as they open doors to fresh possibilities and richer experiences. The world reflects back to those who are authentically present, those who are brave enough to look and be looked at. But now that you know about eye contact, it is only one part of the art of persuasion. To really learn the art of influence, you must grasp the subtle dance of human motivation and psychology. What if you could take your new eye contact abilities and mesh them with sophisticated persuasion methods? What could you accomplish? The next phase of your path lies ahead, ready to take your influence to new heights. Learn how to obtain anything you desire from anyone in the audiobook, Persuasion Mastery, How to Get Anything You Want from Anyone. Touch the middle of the video now to keep your transformation process going.